Hi, Michelle.
Hi.
We are live right now. Hi, Valerie.
Hi. I don't know if my internet's gonna be good enough for
That's
my
okay.
face. Okay.
That's okay. So, hi, everyone. My name is Georgette Truen. I work for attorney Vincent Davis, and I have Valerie back with us today, and I also have Michelle, a special guest. Hi, Michelle. So, what's going on? Talk to us about CPS or what's happening. Is that your case?
Well, right now I'm in the middle of a civil rights suit against the County of San Diego for what they did to me for the past 3 years. So
Cool.
that's what's going on right now. I am a second-year law student. I live in Wyoming, but I did live in Southern California. But we left because of CPS, mostly.
Yep.
And I don't know. What else do you want to know?
So, are you the biological parent of the children or the child?
Yes. Yeah, I have 8 children, but the only ones that were the subject of this, because the other ones are older and out of the house, were my 3 youngest kids.
And what was the reason? Was there a domestic violence or was there a false report made against you?
There was a domestic violence incident that happened. It was really just an argument. They blew it way out of proportion. And my children were never removed from the house, but they did take legal custody of my children for 10 months. So they were still
And
with
what
me,
was uh-huh.
but I had an open case with Child Welfare Services.
But what was the allegation? Like what was it?
Failure to protect. Believe it
How
or
is it's
not,
always
a phone call
yeah.
to try to protect the kids got me an allegation of failure to protect.
Wow. So how did you feel to protect your children? You have 8 children total.
Yes.
You have adult children. Obviously, if your failure to protect, you would not have living adult kids.
Right, yeah. They're all, doing well, and they all have their own lives and self-supporting and everything. So,
Okay, so how old are the last 3 kids?
Right now I have 11-year-old twins and an 8-year-old, but this started 3 years ago, so they were younger then. They were like
And
8 and 5, something like that.
okay, share with us what tactics that the social workers say or do, because don't go into depth because you have a civil case. But I want you to give advice to other mothers who are facing this with CPS, because I do know well, I'm sure you heard me say this many times, Michelle, they're demonic. They
are.
lie.
In fact, when this was happening to me, I used to listen to you every night because it made me feel so much better. I've been
Are you
listening to
serious?
Yeah, I used to listen to you every night because I was in such despair about everything. And you were the only one who really seemed to understand. Nobody else around me understood any of it.
No,
It
they
was
won't.
very
They will never understand. And a lot of
right.
people that even go through it, they still don't understand the whole dynamic of CPS. They take
Right.
different stands with different people, meaning they want your children so badly, they will lie so good, you
Oh, they
won't even.
did. They
Yeah.
did repeatedly. I think that the number one mistake I made was signing their stupid safety plan. But I think that I was under duress and coerced into it. So
Yeah.
they used a lot of definitely unconscionable tactics. With I was vulnerable. I'd just been through an incident where I felt like my safety was threatened, and I called the police, and I was hoping they were coming to help me, and none of that was helping at all. It was really stressful, and especially for the kids. I mean, I'm an adult, I can deal with it. They were little kids, and they're like, why are they asking us all these questions? What's going on?
How old were the kids then, you said?
They were 8-year-old twins and a 5-year-old back then.
Right. And you do understand that none of their questioning, I don't know if you know this or not, but I hope you do. When they question children, they do not say, um, they don't record them.
Right,
They,
right.
if they want to record the kids, they start recording the children at the end, meaning they traumatize them for 4 hours. They do
Mm-hmm.
interrogation with them. Then the kids get so tired. Then the social worker would say to them, okay, if you want to go home, you're going to have to tell me your mom hit you, or you're going to have to say your dad hit you, something. Then
Yeah.
they turn on the recording. Get
Oh,
it? They're
yeah.
very demonic in a way. And you know who told me this?
Who?
And a child that grew out of the system.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
19 years old.
that
I
makes
met
sense.
so many of them. Yeah. Yeah. He told me this.
Well, my kids on their own would say, we don't want to talk to those people. You know,
Mhm.
they didn't want to talk to them. Over the life of the case, my 8-year-old son told them multiple times, why is there a case? You need to close this case. He was telling the social workers that on his own, not hearing it, from me or anybody else. He just, it was pretty bad.
So the judge that you had on your case, how was that judge?
She hated me from the very beginning. She liked my husband, but she was just wouldn't even listen to me. I couldn't even talk. I wasn't allowed to say anything.
Can you just
So,
give me the department number, but don't tell me the county where the case was?
well, I already said the county. It's San Diego County.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah.
I was just in San Diego on the second and the third with Attorney Davis,
Oh,
and
yeah.
we had a big trial,
Mm-hmm.
and even the sheriff there are weird,
Yeah.
so weird. Like they're sarcastic, arrogant. Um, I don't know how to explain it to you, but they rub me the wrong way. People there
Yeah.
rub me the wrong way. And the problem with all this is that mothers are attacked. And I told you guys this before. Mothers are attacked. Mothers
Yeah.
are attacked the most. And that's why I call them demonic, because only a demon hates life.
Right. They did. They definitely were differentially more against me than I mean, my husband isn't even the father of two of the kids, but they wanted to make him the father of two of the kids. It's just bizarre.
Yeah, they love the abuser. Like Jamie just wrote, they
Yeah.
flip over the mother and love the abuser. I don't care
Yeah,
what it is.
there's a law in California, I think it's 7611B, where if
Mhm.
you've taken the child into your home for any length of time, you can be declared a father. It's bizarre, and I'd never even heard of anything like that. So
When you take a child, what? I'm sorry. What did you just say?
if there's a man who's taken a child into his home and treated the child like his own child, he can be a father in California. All he has to do
Oh
is
yeah,
petition the court. Yeah.
that's only one. No, 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 no. That's because they want him to pay child support. There's
Right.
a
If they find
yeah,
somebody willing to take on the father role, then they don't have to pay for the kid, and somebody
right,
else is going to. But that's
right.
really bad for domestic violence victims, because then they make somebody who's not even the father, So,
Yeah. And the thing about it is that kids want to be. I mean, they did a study and they said that children needs to be with their mother. Believe it
oh,
or not, dads, and I grew up with both my parents, so I get it. I get that I
mhm.
needed both my parents because I don't think I would survive without them if I was young and God
Yeah.
forbid took me away from my parents. But I mean, dad is like I said to you guys, dads are there to protect, if I need somebody's butt kicked, I will go to my dad. But if I need comfort and love and care, my mom's hugs were just so soothing. And man, I loved my mom because she was my best friend. And my dad was more, my protector, my savior, kind of like that. Like God in heaven and dad on earth. That's how my father was to
Mhm.
me.
My mom was like that too, but my
Yeah.
dad was abusive. So,
I'm so sorry, Michelle.
yeah, but I still think I was better off in my own home than being thrown into foster care with
Right.
strangers,
Right.
because she protected me, and things turned out fine. So, well, except now I'm attracted to abusers, which is a problem, but
Well, no, actually, abusers are attracted to you because you're an empath. When you're an empath,
probably true.
usually,
Yeah.
yeah, when you're an empath, abusers usually want you because you're, they take advantage of empath.
Right.
Yeah, because you're
That's
going to
very
forgive
true.
them, you're going to give them a chance, you're going to be like, I'll pray for us, God is going to work on this, blah, blah, blah. But they have no God in their heart. Even if they got married in church, they don't believe in God. An abuser always wants the victim to be obedient.
Yeah.
That's
It's true.
how.
Yeah.
So, how did you manage to get your kids back?
Well, they never physically took the kids. They took
Okay.
jurisdiction of the kids, but left them with me. So I never lost the kids, but I would have lost the kids had I not appealed and won. I lost at trial, so they got jurisdiction, but I immediately appealed and I won my appeal. So that's how I got the kids back.
Okay. So, because you won the appeal, that helped
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
That's
The appellate
exactly
court
what
took the
Attorney
judge
Davis
to
said.
dismiss the
Right.
entire case. Yeah.
Right. That's what Attorney Davis was saying. The appeal is important.
Oh,
The
it sure
appeal,
is.
yes,
Yeah.
he did that on several occasions on the shows because people think they can do their appeal on their own. I did mine on my own and I lost and I didn't know what to write. I mean, I did know, I thought I knew what I was doing, but I didn't. And,
Mhm.
but that's why appeals are important. Davis always says when you're
Well, I
appealing.
didn't do it on my own. I did have a court appointed attorney, and he was wonderful.
Are you
He,
serious? They exist?
yeah.
I was
The
saying the
appeal-
same thing. I was saying the same thing. Like, oh, a wonderful court-appointed attorney.
He
He
was a
answered
good
your phone
one.
call.
My one for my juvenile court case was horrible. She did nothing for me, but the appellate attorney was really good.
It's weird. I hate to say this, but even male judges are better than female. I hate
Yeah,
to say that.
I had a
I
female
agree
judge,
with you.
and she tried to say that she should have jurisdiction over the kids because of domestic violence that had happened to me before they were born. It was bizarre.
And that's the thing. And I've noticed that women judges and female attorneys, they're harder on women.
Oh
And
yeah,
I hate to say this part, but um, I'm just gonna put it in a private chat, okay? I don't know if you guys can see it.
I can see it.
Are also like female. You
Oh
see it?
really? I didn't know
Oh,
that.
absolutely. They're so bad. But what I have noticed, male judges always have a better rate than female judges of
Mhm.
reunification rate.
Right. Well, if I had just gone with what my attorney wanted to do and what the judge wanted to do, I wouldn't have my kids right now. There's no way. They were, even though I had arranged my own services, was almost done with them by the time of the hearing, they were saying I hadn't made any progress. It was
Mhm.
just unbelievable, the things they were saying.
Oh no, I believe it. It is believable. They say this about everyone. They say that there is no progress. They're not doing what they need to do, et cetera, et cetera. When in fact the mother is doing everything in her power to get her children back. And
Right.
those funding, I was telling people before, the funding, the Title IV funding was meant for reunifying children with their family, meaning mothers or dads or whoever, if they need services, that money should be helping them, not
Right.
so much helping the department.
Well,
You know,
they never even offered me any services. It never happened. I had to do it myself.
oh my God, your case is very rare, Michelle, because you
Well, I think that they should have considered I was a law student. I might be able to figure out what to do, you know? I mean, I didn't have any money because, I'm still don't have any money because I'm a law student, but I was able to at least know what to do to fight it, And I really thought I didn't have very much of a chance of winning the appeal because I'd researched that and like 98% of appeals fail, but I got in the lucky 2 or 3% that didn't fail somehow.
You know what's I want to share something with you. There's somebody's watching the show right now. They're texting me. They're asking a question to you.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. She's still typing, so I'm just giving her a little bit of chance to finish her question. Okay. She wants to know if they offered you services, if they didn't offer you services, how come they even got in touch with you? Like, how come they even came towards you with, I don't think she understands how to write this. So I think what she wants to know, if they did not, because they offer women services all the time, they have to sign a safety plan. You said they did not offer you a safety plan.
Well, the safety plan isn't, in my mind, really a service. It's how they're trying to take my kids away. I'm talking about things like counseling or domestic violence groups or anything like that.
But that is part of the safety plan. That is in the safety plan. Services.
Well, it wasn't in mine. I had to arrange my own. The only thing that was in the safety plan was visitation, custody exchange, things like that. It was not in my safety plan.
You are blessed.
Yeah.
No woman has ever gotten it that easy, to be honest with you.
Well, I think the only reason why is because they target low income, uneducated mostly, not always, but usually low education, and they pick the wrong person to pick on. I knew what to do to fight it, you know, and what I needed to arrange my own services because I've been a social worker before, and I have a master's degree in developmental psychology also. So
really, so
yeah,
that helped you a lot then.
It
so
did. It
helped you a lot because if you used to be a social worker, but what kind of social workers? Because there's
well,
a lot
I did
of
a little bit different kind in Wyoming. They have to kind of do everything because we're so small. I did juvenile probation mostly, but I also helped out with the child protection social workers. So I kind of knew what it is, what kind of services I needed to do to show the court, you know, that I was trying and things like that. So I knew who to call.
So that's what helped you.
Mm-hmm. So
that's what helped you. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of people who they come after don't know what to do. They don't know how to fight. You know, they just do whatever they say, whatever the social workers say, which I did that too. But I went above and beyond. I arranged my own services. I don't know. I knew to appeal. And a lot of people just don't know.
But you know what? A lot of mothers do the same thing. I've seen mothers who actually went and got services without the social workers telling them to get services. I've seen that.
Yeah.
However, the social workers still insist they are not capable of taking care of their children. So even though after the services and they're good parents and all that, but what they do, they traumatize them so much that they lose their job. They're because without your children, you're literally crippled. As a mom is always crippled without her children. And I hate to say this, but it's like this all the time. Hi, Stacy.
Hi,
Michelle.
guys.
I don't know if you know Stacy. That's my girl. Hi, Stacy.
But I just, for one thing, they never physically took my children.
So Stacy won her appeal, Michelle.
Yeah. Good.
Well, I won my appeal when a judge told me to shut my mouth.
Oh.
Stacey, did you hear Michelle's story? So
my judge said the same thing. She told me
she was
to shut up too.
Okay, Stacey, tell Stacey what you did in the past. What was your title in the past? Just tell her.
Oh, I was a social worker in the past, but I did juvenile probation, not child protection. Um,
Right.
I have a master's degree, almost a PhD in developmental psychology, and now I'm a second year law student. So
Nice.
yeah, I'm getting all educated so I can fight these people.
Very
Oh,
nice.
can you work with us when you do finish your law school?
I would love it. I'm actually on my civil rights case. I'm already working with a couple attorneys there. They haven't officially entered my case, but they give me advice for it. And I actually got past the sua sponte dismissal bar. So my case was not dismissed by the judge.
Also, you are a law student, but you've also filed a lawsuit.
Yes, I filed my own lawsuit.
And they dismissed it sua sponte, huh?
They did not dismiss it. It's
Oh.
still going. In fact, the county had to write a motion to dismiss.
Gotcha.
And it was so funny because they used 2 overruled cases, 1 incorrectly cited statute, and they tried to apply the Rooker-Feldman doctrine, which does not apply at all to my case.
Good.
So
Yeah, they'll always try Rooker-Feldman, though.
Yeah.
Nice. Good for you. And yeah, well, I mean, they might as well have just used AI.
I think maybe they did.
We know what happens when they use AI, don't we, Miss G?
Oh yeah, we know.
Eh,
It makes them sound so intelligent when they're not intelligent. Yeah,
Yeah, but the thing is,
makes them sound so intelligent.
I'm still afraid to come back to San Diego though, because I'm afraid they would just file another baseless case and try to take my kids again. You know, they're vindictive like that. So
they're vindictive like that.
But honestly, I think you should have a civil attorney on your side.
I would love that. I just can't afford it.
No. Wait a minute. Some attorneys, local attorneys, civil attorneys will take your case on contingency if they believe in your case.
Yeah.
But other attorneys will charge a small fee for I guess filing and transportation. Then they will take it. Then I guess they deduct it from the civil lawsuit. So it depends on the attorney. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends on the attorney, because sometimes there's cases that requires a lot of work and a lot of like the attorney's time, and they're missing out on other cases. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you know, in California,
so basically it's kind of like that.
In California, I think right now there's a class action lawsuit commenced by, I'm not sure if the guy is an attorney, or I think he's an attorney, not a law student. And that's going on right now about violation of parental rights and that. And it's a class action that was started recently in California.
That sounds amazing. I hope they win.
D'Souza,
I hope
was
so
the guy's last name? I'm not sure. I actually have a copy of it if you want to look at it.
Oh. Yeah.
Are you talking to me, Stacy, or you're talking to Michelle?
Everybody.
Yeah, I would love to see it.
I would love to see that as well. I wish they would do that as well.
You know, I also asked
Valerie said.
I'm sorry?
Valerie said she wishes that was in Florida.
Oh,
yeah, we need a class action, because I feel like in my case, it's all violations. In my case, it's all parental violations. Like, they haven't kept their word on anything. So
they don't.
They don't keep their word. And that's the frustrating part. It's like, okay, you want my kid, okay, take care of him. Or take care of these children that you're scooping up. And then you're like, with my case, with my caseworker, when I tell her that he didn't go to his appointment, you know what she does? She'd be like, she closes the court and says, I'm crazy. I'm like, but I have the evidence. The judge doesn't even want to see it. The judge doesn't even want to see it.
Right, because the judge wants to help this along.
Right. So,
they're all they all work on a predetermined narrative.
Right. And they said that, these home care companies, because my son needs nursing care, they can't stand me. And when the caseworker went on the stand, it was like, what is the company that doesn't like Valerie? They couldn't think of one. She was like, there's just so much. I'm like, if they have 1,000 that don't like me, you only have to find one that doesn't like me. and she could not. I cannot recall. And I'm like looking at this. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. You don't know. You don't know anything. You were not trying to help me find services. Now, me as
You
a mom,
know,
I know all the companies in my area because I do find services for my son. I'm out there working.
it's your case is way your case got worse, Valerie. Your case got worse because you didn't have the proper representation at all. You didn't have the right attorney to help you because you didn't do anything wrong. All you did, take your son to appointments. Your son has special needs. You've done your job as a mother and beyond, and yet you were punished because you asked them to help you with special need child. So that is punishment. So why do
And
you offer them
also,
help? Yeah.
I don't, and also the child is 24/7. I stayed 15 days, 14 days rather, staying up 24/7. I mean, when is it gonna stop? Like, well, how more do you want me to go?
Mm-hmm.
And then how is that? How did I neglect him by not continuously going these days? I'm only human. This is like completely civil rights case. This is like it should be.
But the thing is, there's a statute. So if your is passed, you really cannot sue them, guys, unless your child, God forbid, died in their custody. If you don't have your child with you, God forbid, if your child dies in their custody or the child is beaten to near death and the child is in a coma. But and if you do get your child back or children back, then if it passed the time limitation to sue them, then your child can sue them. So it
Okay,
depends on
I
the
see what you
state.
mean. Like civil rights cases
But
are
I do
after you
know
get your
that
child back.
we have several lawsuits, and the children are suing CPS. Yeah.
They also, I think, keep
It's
custody from
very
you so
tricky
you
to
can't
sue
sue them.
them because if the attorney takes on a bad lawsuit, he can be sanctioned over $50,000.
Wow.
If they have custody from you, you cannot sue them. Who said that? Stacy?
Well, no, I
Stacy or
think that,
Michelle?
yeah, I think they
No, not me.
intentionally
I don't
keep
know
you from
anybody's
getting.
names and voices anymore. Stacy, you get
I,
that?
I think they intentionally, one of the reasons they also don't return children to people so easily is because once a parent has custody, then they can sue on their children's behalf. So they're trying to keep it so you don't have custody to sue on their behalf.
Because they want the statute of limitations to pass, which I believe is 2 years
That's
in Florida.
exactly it, young lady. That is it. That is it. And that's why they do what they do. That's why I'm very proud of Michelle doing what she's doing right now. But I do understand, Michelle, that if you want to come back, they will retaliate against you. My recommendation is don't even tell them what city you're in, what county you're
Yeah,
in, what's
right.
you need
Don't ever
to.
get social services. Don't ever get food stamps or anything if you want to come back.
Well, hopefully
Because
by
that's
the
how they
time I get
know.
to school,
That's how
I
they know
will.
where you live. They have all your information, your social, your kids, where they go to
Right,
school.
yeah.
Don't ever come back. Like when I leave Florida, I ain't never coming back. Like I'm never coming back. When
That's
I
how I
leave the state
feel
of
too,
Florida,
but I also
I'm
feel like it's a
out.
violation of
They're
my
gonna
rights.
have dust behind my car. Like it's gonna be like a dust trail. I'm gonna be so fast out of the state. It's not gonna be funny.
I hear you. I
Well,
left just as soon as I could.
well,
As
you
soon as
know
I
what?
won my appeal, actually before I won my appeal, I was gone because they
Mhm.
approved the move through ICPC. So
Good. Yeah, good. But the thing is, she's right, though. I did say that several times. Once you collect food stamps and cash aid, they will come after you.
oh
I
yeah.
swear, I'm not joking you. As long as you collect it, they know that you're needy and they will come after you. That's not what you want.
Right. They
And
target
I,
people with lower incomes.
yes, and target people in a county hospital too. Believe
Yeah.
me when I tell you that oftentimes you guys get people coming in your room when you have a baby. Those people are asking you personal questions about where you're gonna, how you're gonna take care of your baby. Do you have money to buy diapers, milk, blah 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 blah, and then they offer you some supplies, But in reality, they know that you can't help yourself or the baby. So what they do is that they report your baby to the CPS worker, and that CPS worker will tell them, yes, they have a house that wants to adopt.
Wow,
This
that's so.
is information, and I know you work in the hospital, Stacy. I'm so sorry, but I know you're not like this. You're a fighter. You're a warrior. You're
No,
not like this, but I never heard about it. Stacey.
yeah, you're okay,
Yeah.
Misty. I don't work in a maternity unit, but
Right.
I will tell you that I do believe you that happens. I actually have a former boss who was a physician who fell for that trick herself. And they came into her room and they were asking her questions. And she answered honestly. One of them triggered a response. And here she is, a physician, and knew what she was doing was okay. But the social worker had a different opinion. And they came after her. So my own boss fell for that as a physician. So it's not like it's a well-known thing in the medical community that they do this, but because it happened to my own boss, that I do know that this happens.
Yeah, it's true, and it's called DHS in the hospitals, right? They call them DHS. Yeah.
And one of the times I did take my daughter to a children's hospital during her when she was living with me, and her disclosures of abuse, and we went to a children's hospital, and in all honesty, I mean, she disclosed sexual abuse, and she was having problems with being constipated because of one of her symptoms of abuse, and in all honesty, she also wore pull-ups till she was like 8 or 12 years old, like for a very long time. And she was wearing pull-ups to avoid using the bathroom. It wasn't because she had nighttime problems. So so we took her to children's because she was so constipated. She was in severe abdominal pain, couldn't even stand up straight. And they have CPS right in their basement. And wouldn't you know, they did nothing for my child.
They always think the mother coerces the child to say what the child is saying, and they did a study on that. And I know you know about this. You talked about it actually. Parental alienation. Remember that guy that killed himself? What's his name?
Richard Gardner. Yeah.
Richard Gardner. And they're still today in California. They're actually still taking that into consideration when he literally killed himself for losing.
Or was murdered. So, and it wasn't for losing. It was literally right after he was exposed as a fraud. He was, the things that he was putting as his credentials on his CV were lies. And Richard Ducote did, I guess it's called a voir dire exam, something like this, on an expert, and he elicited all of this fraud. And right after doing that, Richard Gardner died, whether it was by suicide or murder. It's not so clear because the autopsy report says suicide. But when you read the autopsy report, there's blunt force trauma to his head, a stab wound to his neck, stab wound to his heart. There was drugs in his system. So it's an awful lot for someone to do to themselves.
No, you cannot. No, you can't do all this yourself and survive.
And they just might have been like, you're such a gross guy. We're not putting any effort into this. Whoever did it, good for them. I don't know, but yeah, it's a really bad theory because, again, for expert testimony to be accepted in the courts, it has to be valid scientific research that it's based on, and the parental alienation. Daubert, Fry. I read it. I don't know how to say it. So
Fry isn't good anymore. It's the Daubert test that's used now. But anyway.
Yeah, in California, I guess only does the Fry test so much, not so much Daubert. But it has to be scientific research that is accepted into the scientific community. The scientific test. You have your hypothesis, you check it on a large population of people that represents a significant enough population that your results will have reproducibility, reliability, and then you look at the test results because it may be different than your whole theory. So parental alienation never made it past the whole theory part. But we know it's not reliable. We know it's not reproducible because children are literally sex trafficked by it. Children are sent to abusers with this theory. So it's not reliable. It's not reproducible. It is not acceptable as valid research in the courts. But they routinely take it anyways because of this desire to send children to abusers. So they overlook that it's not even scientific theory. They use it all the time when they shouldn't be.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Do you guys understand what you just said? This is real. This is why mothers are always accused of um with parental alienation. It's because of a scumbag who was murdered, or whatever. Um
Yeah.
doesn't like women. He started all this.
Well, it's actually worse than that. It's not even that he doesn't like women, Miss G. Richard Gardner himself, his kids disclosed sexual abuse by him, and there were sexual abuse allegations from his wife in his own marriage. So therefore, he coined this whole defense for pedophiles. And it's so disgusting what he wrote in his books. Like, if you want to decrease the number of women alleging sex abuse, then start giving them vibrators. That's one of the things in his books.
Are you serious?
Swear on my life.
Okay, what's the name of this book?
The psychologist was Richard Gardner.
Wow. Oh my God.
And he went on to say that there's a bit of pedophilia in all of us. And he went on to say that children really do have sexual desires to be with adults.
Oh my God! You know who told me that? Wait a minute. I'm gonna mute everyone except Stacy. Wait. You know who said that? A social worker said that when a child exhibits, and I swear on the Holy Bible, and I put that on everything I love, she said that a child, a 4-year-old, doing sexual stuff, licking the doll's middle part of the doll, and then when the mother walked in, the child said awkward. The mother said, I've never heard my child say awkward before the age 4. And the social worker said to the mother, you're overreacting. The father didn't do anything. The children at that age and younger, even, they exhibit sexual behavior. And the mother said, but the child will take off her underwear at school, at the preschool, and the teachers are complaining because she would take the underwear off and start doing doggy style position and asking her teacher if she's going to get a good grade. Is she going to get a toy? Is she going to get recognized for this? Teachers were concerned, and the mother, the kids were taken from her because the mother raised concern about the child's behavior, and all the mother wanted was just therapy or something to see why. The mother never said the dad did it ever, but they made it look. They lied in the report and said the mother said, the mother said, the mother said, when the mother didn't accuse the father of crap. This is a true story. Then the father's mother, the witch from hell, she took the child to a children's hospital, made it look like the mother took the child there in the report when the mother had no idea the child even went there. And the child would not allow them to touch her. Then the social worker said that the mother took the child there and put the child through trauma. And it is sad, but this is real. And mothers who face this with, the fathers of their children, they become fighters and warriors in a way where they want to help everyone as much as they can, because they don't want any mother to face this, because it is the most hurtful, painful, sick world that we live in, that causes and inflict pain. But for a social worker in LA County, made of, I'm not going to say it on live TV, but I will say this much. I hope to God she gets what she deserves. And I hope to God she faces karma 1 million fold, because she was only 21 years old. And that woman had literally no knowledge of what sexual abuse looks like. And actually, the child's teacher knew that there was sexual abuse, but the CPS worker did not exhibit that. But yet they lie and say the teacher said, and the principal said, and this person said, when in fact the mother went to school, got a testimony in writing from the teachers saying they never spoken to this person. So guys, think about it for a minute. You guys think that LA County is not corrupt? LA County is corrupt. LA County is corrupt. New York is corrupt. Um, um, San Francisco is corrupt. Everywhere is corrupt. Anywhere that has CPS workers are corrupt.
Miss G, I think I sent you the from the U.S. Department of State, the states within the United States that are most involved with child sex trafficking, and what were the top states? It was California, Texas, Florida, New York. What do we have on the phone today?
Yes,
I
I
know.
love that. Yep.
Crazy.
Yeah. And this is, yeah, she did send me that. And I actually showed it to, having the seminars, I made great friends with attorneys. I'm telling you. I showed it to a few attorneys that they're special to me now. And they said that that is true. The number is higher than that actually now. They said that the numbers keeps increasing. And California is the heart of it. California is the heart of trafficking, because the social workers, the Department of Children and Family Services in Los Angeles County, they are the most corrupt hyenas, demonic individuals in the whole entire world. These people are so demonic that you can literally see nothing but darkness in their eyes. Nothing but darkness. They're literally possessed. Is like when they graduate school, if they do, they literally graduate to a demon.
It's true.
It's true. They walk out with a demon certificate, like literally holding a demon certificate. Because the ones that cannot take it in there, they can't sleep at night, are the ones that resign. Like those girls I talked to you guys about, they resigned from the department. And each one of them from different counties, and each one of them showed me proof of what the supervisors would do to steal a child. So everything they learned in their schools are literally void when they go work in a department. And that's what they were informed. Everything they learned does not apply in this office, they say. So, with that being said, you guys, America, wake up, because honestly, you guys are dancing with the devil. And you continue to dance with the devil, and no one is listening. People think, like Valerie said last night, I Miss G, they took my kids. I don't do drugs. I don't do this. I don't do that. But even Valerie, it's not even about the drugs. It's not even about that. But the children who are being abused, they are not helped. Why is that? Because the children are damaged goods. That's what a supervisor said. The children are damaged goods. Leave that home alone. They're damaged goods. We don't want.
That is true.
But
That
then,
is true.
yeah, but then on TV, the media, oh, we need CPS, we need Child Protective Services, we need them. No, we don't.
And what they would
We
do
don't
is
need
put a
them.
person that's aged out, and they be like, "Oh, they did the best thing for me. They helped me out." But you don't even know if that person actually went through the system. You don't even know if that's true. It's propaganda. They can pay somebody $400 to go on camera and be like, my life is so good," and hug a foster care parent and hold her hand and kiss her on the cheek like she's her mother. You don't know if that's true. When these happens in your life, you lose your whole entire family. I only have one brother that talks to
Nothing
me.
that you or say is true.
Yep.
Right.
You don't know if this propaganda is
See,
real.
and that's what they do. They come after your family and try to alienate you from your family. Now, did this happen to you in your case? Did they try to alienate you from your family when they came across you? CPS? Oh, Michelle, can you hear me?
Oh, are you talking to me?
Michelle?
Sorry, I thought you were talking to Valerie.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you hear me?
You know what,
Yes, I
Benji? I
can
got
hear
to
you.
get back to work real quick.
Okay, yeah, they did actually. They told me that I couldn't leave San Diego County, and so I couldn't see my other kids.
No, but did they try to come between you and your family? Did they do their trickery tactics?
Oh yeah, yeah. They when they wanted to get character information about me, they asked my ex-abuser. So yeah, which caused problems with my adult kids. Yeah, it was
I know.
ridiculous.
That's
I
crazy.
mean, he was saying things like,
It-
"Oh, I
it-
never abused her," and I had like 3 protection orders, GAL reports from the kid. I mean, I had evidence of the abuse where he'd like hit the kids, there were bruises, everything, and they used him as their witness. So, yeah, they made up
Isn't
stuff.
that crazy? Yeah,
Yeah,
they use the abuser as the witness against
yeah,
the victim. And you know,
yeah, yeah,
it was so sad. That mother that I was telling you guys about, she literally has the 2 outstanding psych evaluation,
yeah,
and they even 2 psychiatrists. One said the dad is a covert narcissist. The other was psychiatrist said the father should be investigated, and everything is against the mother when the mother is the one that actually wanted to figure out what's going on with her child behaving like this. So
yeah,
with that being said, they literally told that psychiatrist, their own psychiatrist, to go, you know, go sleep next to the camel, basically, and
yeah,
did not accept her report whatsoever. And
yeah.
so the mothers who are being abused are never going to be believed. The fathers who abuse the mom, or the father of the child, or the children who abuse the mom, they will always get their way in court.
Which
Always.
is
They
so
will always.
ridiculous because he wasn't even part of the case. He
Yep.
wasn't the current father. He wasn't
It
anything in
doesn't
the
matter.
case. And I had copious amounts of evidence that he was abusive,
Yeah.
not just
And
against
that's what
me, but against other women too.
there's
So,
women who had videos of the father beating the woman while she's pregnant. They have
yeah,
video to show the
yeah,
court. And
they
you
don't
know what the
care.
judge will say in juvenile court? Did you get a
Yeah,
consent to record him?
yeah. Well, I live in a state where I can record, but in California, you can't do that.
Right. Now, in
Yeah,
California, um, actually, the mother was told that she needed a consent to record her being abused and beaten by her
unbelievable.
husband.
Yeah,
And
it's crazy.
nobody believed her because he's a narcissist. Narcissists are very believable.
Oh yeah,
Narcissists, there's malignant, there's covert, there's this. So malignant narcissists are more kind of vocal,
yeah.
right? Covert narcissists, they cover it. Like they're covering
Mhm.
it. They're covering the crime by their charm. It's a fake charm. That's what
Right.
a covert narcissist is. They're the
Yeah.
worst. Like Chris, there's a guy that killed his wife, pregnant wife, and 2 children, and threw them in Texas, threw them in the oil tank or something
Oh
like that.
yeah. What's his name again?
Chris Watts.
Already
Chris
heard.
Watts. Chris
Yeah,
Watts.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
He was
Chris
completely
Watts.
evil.
Yeah. Oh my God. In front of the camera, I even believed him. I was crying. I'm like, go find his kids, you stupid media.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I believed him. I was so stupid. And then he was
You
so
were
calm.
stupid. They're just charming and manipulative.
Yeah. Yeah. Charming. And they're
Yeah.
handsome, actually. They're handsome, actually,
Right.
too.
That guy was really
Charming.
handsome.
Yeah. Charming. I mean, it's so sad that people trusted those people. So people
Yeah.
in your neighborhood will say, "Oh, he's a great guy. Oh my
Oh yeah.
God."
Everybody
Oh,
would say that about my ex, but he
yeah.
was not a great guy. Trust me.
Well, I know that, but what I'm saying is that's how CPS always blames the woman for everything. Like
Oh
even
yeah.
cops would tell the man, well, I
Yeah.
have one of those at home too, sir. like kind of like, yeah, I have an idiot at home too. She's a woman.
So when are we going to stop protecting abusers and start protecting kids? That's my question.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, Chris Watts in Colorado. I'm sorry, I thought it was Texas for some reason. I don't know. He looked like a Texan to me. But yeah. He did. He looked like a Texan to me. I don't know why.
Yeah, he was a smooth manipulator, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing about it is, even his girlfriend didn't know he killed his wife.
I don't even think she knew he had a wife, right?
No, she didn't know he even had a wife. That's how great they are.
Yeah.
That's how convincing they are.
Like that Scott Peterson guy that killed his pregnant wife.
Scott Peterson is the one that took his wife on vacation, and she was pregnant, and he threw her off the boat.
Now this is the one that happened in Modesto a long time ago, where she just disappeared. The one where she was pregnant and then they found her washed up in San Francisco like the next spring, and it happened around Christmas time. And
Scott Peterson's wife? You talking about Scott Peterson's wife?
Yeah, Lacey Peterson. There's another Peterson guy, but this is the older. This is the older case. This happened in like 2002, I want to say. It was a long time. Yeah, he was.
He threw her. They went on vacation and he threw her off the boat or something. Or was she talking to a friend of hers saying that she's afraid?
I think what happened. Well, I read a book about it that her mom wrote, and I think what happened is he killed her first at home and then stuck her on the boat and dumped her out in the San Francisco Bay. So it was horrible what he did to her. And the girlfriend, Amber Fry, had no idea, that he even had a wife, or he lied to her about it or something.
And he was a charmer too. He pretended he was in love. He pretended, to care for his wife. And you know what? His wife had a killer smile.
She's
I saw
beautiful.
a picture of her. She was gorgeous, extremely beautiful. That's why I'm like, how could you? And his girlfriend at the time looked ugly as hell.
Well, she wasn't the most attractive, and his wife is definitely.
She was ugly, like so ugly that compared to his wife. I mean, I was like, oh my God, like his wife was drop dead gorgeous, you guys. She had beautiful hair, beautiful smile, beautiful face. But these hyenas and CPS workers, they're so dumb. They will call a lie the truth, and the truth is a lie. Always in court. Whoever is saying the truth are lying, and whoever is lying is actually saying the truth. So it's disgusting to me. It's disgusting to me. So to me, I want to give you guys a bit of wisdom. If you are married and your husband was caught doing a crime and they tell you to leave him, leave him.
Yeah.
File a restraining order. Do not engage with that man again. If you are blessed enough to keep your child or children with you because of that man is out of your life, leave him.
Yeah,
because they will always abuse you. No, there's a lot of women out there that don't leave their abuser because they're trauma bonded.
Right.
They're trauma bonded.
Well, that's actually pretty normal. I mean, I think that they need to have the tools to leave too, and that's how we need to help. Refer them to services to help them get the tools they need to leave, because trauma bonding is normal.
No. You need to get out of his life completely, or need to kick him out of your home if the home is yours. Or
otherwise, they're going to take your kids. That's what happens.
Yeah. Leave him, because there's a lot of people out there who say, I don't want to break the marriage, but sometimes you have to. If you're being abused and they're telling you to leave him, leave him. People don't change. I don't understand why you guys think people change. People don't change. They just mask themselves differently, meaning a person will always be evil, right?
Oh yeah, that kind of evil,
yeah. Unless they decide to change. But if you expect them to change overnight, you're mistaken, because these people just know how to mask themselves good. So that way they don't repeat the same mistake they did to get caught in the first place.
Right. Yep.
I hope you guys understand.
Users don't change. They just don't.
Users don't change. They will always abuse you. And like right now there's a father that I care about very much, and I care about his case. Him and I talk, and he's struggling to get his daughter back, and he's not even the offending father. He's actually a good dad. Like, if you see how he goes to the visits, it's like he literally packs all of her room to take with him, and the child cries for her dad, and it
That's
breaks my heart because the mother is the one that put that child into a risk. I have
yeah.
seen pictures of the mother's boyfriend. I'm scared to even look at him.
Well, you know, the
And
mothers can be abusers just like the fathers can be, you know?
yeah, exactly, like I said, CPS always favor the abusers. If the father in this matter is the abuser, he wouldn't be fighting for his kid.
Right. And it's sad. I mean, when are we going to stop protecting abusers and start protecting kids?
CPS needs to be abolished, period. They need to be removed.
Major restructuring, at least, yeah.
Well,
It's
no,
really
because the
sad.
state are so used to the money coming in. They don't want to get rid of that money. That's
Well,
our money.
they need to change what they're using that money for, to help kids who actually need help, instead of taking kids away from good parents, you know, which is what they're doing now.
Right. Oh my God, you're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
I mean, like, kids like Gabriel Fernandez don't get any help, and they're, you know, working on cases where the kids don't need any help, you know?
Sorry, guys. That was somebody that called me watching the show. They said they want to know, what would you do? What would you tell people, parents in your shoes? What advice would you give them?
Don't sign a safety plan. Number one, don't ever sign a safety plan. Number two, if you lose at your trial, appeal. Those are the two main things I would say. And I don't know a lot about whether you can keep CPS out if they come around or not. I don't know a lot about that, but if you can, I would have as little contact with them as possible. Don't tell them anything that you don't have to.
Don't have diarrhea in the mouth.
Exactly. Answer their questions yes or no. Get a lawyer. I'm not going to talk to you until I call Mr. Vince Davis or whoever, you know?
No, actually, the thing is, when you tell them that, they're going to retaliate against you more. The only thing I can recommend, do not open the door to them. You need to lawyer up immediately.
You don't have to open the door, I guess. I don't know. I would just, whatever ways are legal to avoid them, I would do, which I don't really know, because obviously I didn't successfully do that, you know? But I think I wouldn't answer the door if they came back, for sure.
It's cheaper to get an attorney, a CPS defense attorney, before it becomes an open case.
Yeah.
If you have your children and you just get notified by the police that, you know, whatever, if the police was involved, you know, CPS is going to be involved.
Yeah.
The children are still with you. You better lawyer up that instant, because it's going to get way higher. The amount is going to increase the more you prolong getting an attorney. Why? Because they complicate your case so badly, no attorney wants to touch it.
Right, and especially if you have a public pretender on your case, it's like having no lawyer. Maybe even worse, because they go along with child welfare services instead of advocating for you.
Right. So. Yep, that is true.
Yep.
That is true. But Michelle, we have to go now. So are we gonna see you again tomorrow, maybe, or, you know, not tomorrow, because I'm actually tomorrow night. If you want to join us again, it's up to you. But if you want to talk about a topic about CPS, if you want to, you know, kind of like share your knowledge with us.
Sure.
My goal is to spread the news all over United States, hopefully the world, to educate people who are not in CPS, dealing with CPS. I want to educate a lot of people, because America needs to wake up.
Well, just let me know how I can help, because I definitely want to be on this side of the fight.
Absolutely. I would love that so much. Okay,
Yeah.
Angelino said, I love you so much, Miss G, and I am looking forward to this
Yeah.
Friday. I'm hoping and praying to our Savior, Father God, to keep my daughter safe right now while she is not here at home with her daddy. Oh, he's the one I was talking about. Um,
Oh,
he's such a good dad. Yeah, he such a good dad. Sometimes I want to cry when he's talking to me, but I'm trying to hold it together because I want him to hold it together, right?
well,
Um,
I work at a family law clinic right now, and I feel the same way too. Sometimes with
yeah,
some of the cases.
yeah, yeah. I know, but we're gonna make this happen, and we just need more people to help us on this journey. So, Michelle, you're more than welcome to help us, to help me and Stacy. And if you want to do your research on topics about CPS, let me know what you come up with, and we can discuss it tomorrow night.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you,
Have a
Michelle, for
good night.
joining. You too. All right, everyone. God bless you. Good night, and I will see everyone tomorrow at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then on the shows on Thursday and Friday with me and Stacy at 1:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time as well. Um, Good night. God bless you. And don't forget to pray.